Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you would never ask, Heidi. It is Thursday, the 17th day of November. Today is National Baklava Day. Ooh, that is good stuff, too.
I do like baklava.
National Butter Day. Ooh, that is also good stuff. National Homemade Bread Day. Oh, that goes so well with butter.
It sure does.
National Take a Hike Day. Gonna have to after all the baklava, butter, and bread. Great American Smokeout today, National Rural Health Day, and World Pancreatic Cancer Day. All of those things happening on this Thursday. And since it's Thursday, we have a thing called Dear John Letters that we do on Thursdays. And we've had this one posted on our Facebook page for the week. And you're certainly welcome to chime in if you have good advice. But it's a person whose younger sister recently lost her job. And he's saying that they have a big Christmas get-together next month. And he was wanting to reach out and offer to help her. But his wife is saying, I think it's rude to just assume that. So we're going to chat a little bit about that. You can chime in if you'd like at facebook.com/John and Heidi Show.
In good times and not so good times, it's a good idea to be responsible when it comes to spending. At bettercreditcards.com, we're excited to see our friends like you get a better credit card to fit your needs. Some people like cards with the lowest possible interest rate. Others like cards with no annual fee. And some people like cards with points and perks to take advantage of all the extras available. Whatever you're looking for, we hope you find it at bettercreditcards.com. Give yourself a little credit. Bettercreditcards.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by bettercreditcards.com. Researchers say you may be able to cut your weightlifting routine in half and still see the same muscles being built. How? By lowering weights instead of lifting them up. They found in studies where various groups of people performed 3 distinct types of dumbbell curl exercises, those who only lowered weights during their workout saw the same improvement as those who raised and lowered weights.
How do you only lower them?
Despite performing half the number of repetitions. I don't know. So if you lower them down and then somebody else picks them up for you, I'm not sure. I don't.
Because you got to pick them back up.
What goes up must come down, and what goes down must come back up. I don't know how that works.
I don't either.
Yeah.
I don't either. That's a bit bizarre.
University professors, please tell me how to do this one. All right. Surveys and studies and such brought to you by bettercreditcards.com. That's a good question.
How much do you pay for your wireless phone? Some people spend hundreds of dollars every month for their family. That's crazy! Mint Mobile offers premium wireless for just $15 a month. Not 50, 15, 1-5. Yeah, $15 a month for premium wireless. It's time for a Mintervention from Mint Mobile. You can keep your same phone number. You may even be able to keep your same phone. Find out now at Mintervention.com. Learn more and sign up today at Mintervention.com. Premium wireless for just $15 a month at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Did you know? Brought to you by RadioTravelGroup.com. Heidi, did you know a new research hub at the University of St. Andrews in Scotland is dedicated to preparing humanity to deal with extraterrestrial life? The goal of the SETI, that's the Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence Post-Detection Hub, is to become a permanent coordinating center for the international effort to develop protocols, procedures, and treaties aimed at ensuring humanity will respond responsibly if we find evidence of or are in contact by, or contacted by other life in the cosmos, end quote. Wow, that's
a mouthful.
Quite the mission statement. John Elliott, the hub's coordinator, says, we don't even know if we'll ever get a message from ET, but we do know that we cannot afford to be ill-prepared scientifically, socially, or politically for an event that could literally turn into reality as early as tomorrow. So they're saying this could be any time now. We never know when it could happen, so we got to be ready. Interesting stuff. Mm-hmm. We don't know everything, but now we know this.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com. I'm a fan of Brendan Fraser. I always thought he seemed like a neat dude.
I've always been a fan of Brendan Fraser.
Fans like us can now finally get a chance to see The Whale. It dropped Tuesday after the film received standing ovations at festivals. Fraser in the film plays a 600-pound English teacher named Charlie who suffers from morbid obesity and is struggling to reconnect with his estranged teenage daughter, played by Stranger Things star Sadie Sink. In the trailer, he says, you ever get the feeling people are incapable of not caring? People are amazing. Anyway, the film turned into quite the thing for Brendan Fraser.
Yeah.
There was a huge 6-minute standing ovation. He broke down in tears during that at the London Film Festival. Bradley Cooper has reportedly rekindled his relationship with his ex. Here's the thing that's interesting. Yeah, that's very nice. The two were seen walking arm in arm in New York City. Here's the thing that's weird to me. How does something like that become news? And why is a schmuck like me reading it? We're going to move on. Big Screen, Little Screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com.
In good times and not so good times, it's a good idea to be responsible when it comes to spending. At bettercreditcards.com, we're excited to see our friends like you get a better credit card to fit your needs. Some people like cards with the lowest possible interest rate. Others like cards with no annual fee. And some people like cards with points and perks to take advantage of all the extras available. Whatever you're looking for, we hope you find it at bettercreditcards.com. Give yourself a little credit. Bettercreditcards.com.
Now, your scoop of the day comes your way courtesy of bettercreditcards.com. I thought this was just a neat story. Queen Elizabeth was tickled pink to make a new pal just a few weeks before she passed away. The pal that she made? Tom Cruise. Yeah. Sunday London Times said the monarchs and the Top Gun star really hit it off over the summer. Cruise appeared as a part of the Queen's Platinum Jubilee celebration for her 70th anniversary on the throne. Plagued by mobility issues and was unable to meet with him, so he was invited to a special tour of the castle, and that's where the two had tea together, and they enjoyed each other's company. The Queen invited him back for lunch. He was even allowed to fly in by helicopter, so that's pretty cool.
I wonder if he jumped from it onto the roof.
I doubt it. Maybe came down one of those little cables, like Mission Impossible style. I doubt it, though. And speaking of the Queen of Christmas is back. A 2-hour primetime concert special coming up next month. CBS will present Mariah Carey, Merry Christmas to All.
I see where you're going with that.
Yeah, December 20th is when that is going to happen. Now, there are some folks out there who absolutely love her Christmas song. And there are some folks out there who do everything they can to avoid All I Want for Christmas Is You by Mariah Carey.
I really like that
It is a beautiful song.
It does get overplayed every year. Like the first couple of times, it's like, yeah I love this. And then it's like,
I was talking to a lady at a store. They were already playing Christmas music. Was it 2 weeks ago that we saw them? And they were already playing Christmas music, and I said something about Mariah Carey. I was like, oh, this is a cool song. And she's like, not when you hear it every 45 minutes. I was like,
that's just it. When you hear it all the time. Yeah.
So anyway, I brought this up, even though both of these could have probably been big screen, little screen, but I thought this was really kind of interesting news, and I wanted to share it. So there you go. I've got both stories in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com. Oh, by the way, more than 200 million albums sold for that song, All I Want for Christmas. It's one of the biggest Hot 100 singles of all time. So she's done.
It really is a good song.
She's done okay with it. So whether you like it or not, she's gonna cry all the way to the bank. Scoop of the day brought to you by bettercreditcards.com.
How much do you pay for your wireless phone? Some people spend hundreds of dollars every month for their family. That's crazy! Mint Mobile offers premium wireless for just $15 a month. Not 50, 15, 1-5. Yeah, $15 a month for premium wireless. It's time for a Mintervention from Mint Mobile. You can keep your same phone number. You may even be able to keep your same phone. Find out now at Mintervention.com. Learn more and sign up today at Mintervention.com. Premium wireless for just $15 a month at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
And it's time right now for
Dear John Letters.
Dear John.
We're sneaking up on that time of year where a lot of people are going to be getting together for whether it's Christmas parties or Hanukkah parties or whatever different parties that people are celebrating. A lot of family get-togethers coming in the next couple of months, like the next month and a half here. And that is what our letter is about today. Dear John, my family will be getting together next month for a big Christmas party. It's customary for everyone to buy a gift for somebody else. We'll be drawing names in about a week. My youngest sister recently lost her job. I wanted to call her and let her know that, hey, I'll cover the cost of the gift for you this year. My wife said that was rude to assume that she needs help, and it may actually hurt her feelings. Does that seem like something that would be rude? I just want to make sure she's able to join the rest of the family next month and not have any reason to avoid the get-together. I also don't want her to feel obligated to spend money on someone else right now when she is in between jobs. Should I call her anyway, even though my wife said I should just leave her alone? Signed, loving brother. So what do you think, Heidi?
Well, I don't think it's rude at all. I think it's a very kind gesture.
I think so. But I don't know the dynamics of the brother and sister, because I have 3 sisters and I have 2 brothers, and each one of us have different dynamics in our relationships. I remember trying to do something really kind for one of my sisters, and she was very offended by it. Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Like, oh, no. And we don't talk as much as we used to. So I could see where, depending on the dynamics of these siblings, it doesn't say if like he and this sister are really close.
But something like this, I think it depends on how you approach it. If you approach it exactly the way you were saying it in your letter, if you say, I don't know where you're at financially, and I want to make sure that you're at Christmas. So if you do have a need, I would love to help you.
Yeah.
If you approach it like that, how can anybody possibly be offended by it?
Yeah. And
she may say, I'm good, actually. I'm fine,
Yeah.
but thank you. And if not, she could say, you know what, I would really appreciate it. So who knows?
And
but
I think
I don't think she'd be angry.
Well, and I think a lot of this is going to depend on how you approach her. I don't think this would be a text or an email or anything. I think this would be a phone call. And I think the phone call, or if you see her, I don't know if you guys live in the same community. Maybe it's getting together for lunch or coffee or something, if you're in the same community. But I think that it starts out with a heartfelt question of how are things going?
Now, I will say, if your wife's concern is more for your own personal finances, then that's something completely different.
Yeah,
and if your wife has a concern with that, then in that situation, you should listen to your wife, because you don't want to put your own family at risk trying to make sure.
Yeah, that's true. And it doesn't say anything in here about whether or not they're doing financially well. And I also don't know, because every family's probably different, but they draw names and everybody buys each other a gift. My family does that, but it's not a big gift. It's always a pretty affordable
Ours
thing.
is usually just a white elephant gift, so it's kind of whatever garbage you find at the house.
It is now. It never used to be. It used to be, but then we all realized we all have too much stuff.
Yeah, we all have stuff.
So we're like, can we just do these goofy gifts instead?
Yeah.
Which has turned into a really
It's
fun
actually
thing.
been a lot more
and maybe
fun.
that's what you do, is maybe you steer the whole thing this year and say, hey, let's do this. Now you're not singling her out at all.
Right, and now nobody is spending money.
And you haven't
in a year
drawn
where
names
finances are tough for everyone.
And I'll tell you, because there might be other people who wouldn't admit that, things are tight. But if you just said, hey, this is something that I know several families do these, where it's more of a fun gift. It's not
it's literally
gift.
just like garbage from your house a lot of times, and it's hilarious.
Some of my favorites. We did one where your cousin Jenny still has it hanging up. We did a picture. Another relative of hers had like a beautiful photo of her while she was pregnant, and then her husband was behind her with his hands on her belly. It was a beautiful black and white photo, and it's like a red rose. So we recreated that, but it was my belly and Heidi behind me, and I was holding a slice of pizza, and the only thing that was colored was a pizza.
Yeah.
And people fought over that, and your cousin has that hanging in her house.
She still does. She says it's a great conversation.
She said people come in and are like, what the heck is this all about? So, I mean, and then another time we recorded a silly little CD.
No, but for the most part, with your family, that's my family's Christmas. But with your family, it's always.
But that's what I'm saying. If you wanted to, this could be the perfect time to, now you're not doing something your wife told you not to do, because you're not saying, well, I'm going to call her anyway, because I think that's a bad idea. You should be on the same page, because you don't want to cause problems at home, like Heidi said. But if you say, hey, maybe this would be the year to steer away from doing expensive gifts and just do something
because
really
honestly,
simple.
Everybody, I don't care who you are, everybody has too much stuff.
Not everybody, but a lot of people do.
Yeah.
So that could be a really, really cool thing. If you would like to chime in with some advice, you're welcome to do that on our Facebook page, facebook.com/John and Heidi Show.
In good times and not so good times, it's a good idea to be responsible when it comes to spending. At bettercreditcards.com, we're excited to see our friends like you get a better credit card to fit your needs. Some people like cards with the lowest possible interest rate. Others like cards with no annual fee. And some people like cards with points and perks to take advantage of all the extras available. Whatever you're looking for, we hope you find it at bettercreditcards.com. Give yourself a little credit. Bettercreditcards.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Every Pixar movie has a reference to the next Pixar movie somewhere in the movie. So while they're working on one and they know what's coming next, there's a reference somewhere to the next one. So it's kind of cool. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
The highest body count in film history goes to Lord of the Rings: Return of the King, 836 on-screen deaths.
Oh.
I've never seen it. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
All the blinking you do in one day equates to having your eyes closed for about 30 minutes.
Oh.
Wow. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
The first computer mouse was created from wood in 1964. That just seems really early, doesn't it?
It just seems really bizarre.
Yeah, but that just seems, I'm going to have to Google that and make sure that's right. I would have thought maybe 84, maybe 74, but 1964? Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
The word taxi is spelled exactly the same in English, in German, in French, in Swedish, and in Portuguese.
Oh.
That is really, really cool. Several fun facts. Now you know. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
How much do you pay for your wireless phone? Some people spend hundreds of dollars every month for their family. That's crazy! Mint Mobile offers premium wireless for just $15 a month. Not 50, 15, 1-5. Yeah, $15 a month for premium wireless. It's time for a Mintervention from Mint Mobile. You can keep your same phone number. You may even be able to keep your same phone. Find out now at Mintervention.com. Learn more and sign up today at Mintervention.com. Premium wireless for just $15 a month at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Time now for the Mint Mobile question of the day. Yay! It's brought to you by Mintervention.com. Heidi, here's your question. A survey says that 13% of us get stressed out by these. I'm one of them. What are they? 13% get stressed out by these.
Spam calls.
No, close though. Group text threads.
Oh, yeah.
My family loves them.
They do.
And
yes,
then my
they
sister,
do.
she likes every comment, which sends me another text saying, Julie loved this
Yep.
comment. And I'm like, quit doing that. And then it says, Julie loved this comment too. I'm like, stop it. Julie loved this comment. Mint Mobile question of the day comes your way courtesy of Mintervention.com.
In good times and not so good times, it's a good idea to be responsible when it comes to spending. At bettercreditcards.com, we're excited to see our friends like you get a better credit card to fit your needs. Some people like cards with the lowest possible interest rate. Others like cards with no annual fee. And some people like cards with points and perks to take advantage of all the extras available. Whatever you're looking for, we hope you find it at bettercreditcards.com. Give yourself a little credit. Bettercreditcards.com.
Now some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. U.S. National Park Service pleading with nature goers to stop licking the toads. Please.
Is that still a thing?
Apparently, it was even spoofed on Family Guy. Colorado river toad comes with serious health risks, by the way. If you lick that one, it could make you really sick. So the National Park Service warned on a Facebook post, the agency warns that licking or swallowing can lead to a numbness of your mouth and throat, as well as severe illness, life-threatening effects in your heart, including cardiac arrest.
Oh, wow.
As a result, the dioxin-like compounds can actually cause some major, major problems. To drive the point home, they went on to say, as we say with most things you come across in a national park, whether it be a banana slug, an unfamiliar mushroom, or a large toad with glowing eyes in the dead of night, please refrain from licking. Not only is this illegal, it's also quite dangerous. The Colorado River toad, found in parts of California, Arizona, and New Mexico, is one of North America's tallest toads, about 7 inches tall. So,
I did not know it was illegal. I knew it was stupid.
It is an MEO-DMT5 DEA Schedule 1 drug. So, yeah, they're toads.
Okay.
Now you know. Weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
John and Heidi.
Time now for the list brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. The list for today, I have some why-is-its. Every once in a while, I get these sent to me. Like, why is it people passing other people in boats always wave? People in cars do not do this. Yeah, they do.
It depends on where you live.
Yeah. Why is it eggs are in the dairy section at a supermarket? You ever see a cow lay an egg? That's a good point.
That is a good question.
Why is it cartoon characters wear the same outfit in every single episode?
That's true.
Only have one shirt. Why is it we feel necessary to look in the mirror after puking or crying? It's like, oh, wow. That is kind of true.
That is true.
Why is it we call it a pair of pants when it's just one thing?
Right.
And finally, why is it the number on a phone go one way and the numbers on a calculator go the other way? That is true.
Yeah.
The keypads are like
Yeah,
backwards.
yeah.
So I don't know why that is. It is very, very odd. That is the why-is-its. And I've got more of these that I'll share tomorrow, but it is the list brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com.
In good times and not so good times, it's a good idea to be responsible when it comes to spending. At bettercreditcards.com, we're excited to see our friends like you get a better credit card to fit your needs. Some people like cards with the lowest possible interest rate. Others like cards with no annual fee. And some people like cards with points and perks to take advantage of all the extras available. Whatever you're looking for, we hope you find it at bettercreditcards.com. Give yourself a little credit. Bettercreditcards.com.
Time now for the quote of the day. It comes your way, courtesy of insurancechicken.com. Zach Galifianakis is the one who said this. The word abbreviation sure is long for what it means.
That is true. That's funny.
I never really thought about that before. One of the other ones that I thought was weird is sometimes like when Bill is short for William and Bob is short for Robert, or Rob is also short for Robert.
Right.
But John Kennedy went by Jack, and they're like, oh, it's short for John. I'm like,
No,
it's the same
not.
number
Yeah,
of letters.
It's not at all.
Like Ed is short for Ted Kennedy. He was Ed. Edward Kennedy was Ted Kennedy.
Right.
And I was like, wouldn't he be Ed Kennedy, not Ted Kennedy? I never understood that.
His name isn't Tedward.
No, it's Edward.
Yeah.
So anyway, I didn't know how Jack and John, but somebody will probably tell me. My name is John. Could I go by Jack?
You
It's the
could.
Jack and Heidi Show. That just sounds weird. Thanks for listening. It's your quote of the day. It comes your way courtesy of insurancechicken.com.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news. This is a really cool story. It comes your way courtesy of radiotravelgroup.com. Here's the story. Electricity generating windows. Yeah, scientists design more efficient, transparent solar panels that you can use as windows.
Okay.
Isn't that a cool idea?
That's a very cool idea.
Scientists in Switzerland reached a new efficiency record for dye-sensitive solar cells, paving the way for electricity-generating windows that could help power our homes. It's really cool. Dye-sensitive solar cells, known as the Grazelle cell, is a low-cost solar cell based on a semiconductor formed between a photosensitized anode and an electrolyte. That's what I thought it was.
It's cool, but it's really super confusing.
Pretty self-explanatory, really. By the way, this was invented in 1988
What is
by
taking so
Brian
long?
O'Regan and Michael Grazelle. Anyway, design aims to generate electricity power by moving electrons from the photosynthesizer towards an electrical output, like a device or a storage unit. So I think that's really cool. A device would be like a storage unit would be a battery, basically. So they're transparent. They can be fabricated in multiple colors for low cost and already being used as skylights, being used in greenhouses, and they're being used as glass facades for buildings. In addition, lightweight, flexible versions of these can now be commercially sold on a large scale for electrical powering of portable electronic devices. So they're saying that this is actually something that could be seen all around the world eventually. But right now, they're not that common. The team was able to increase the power from 15% all the way up to about 30%. So they're increasing the power of these. They're making them more efficient. But it's on a very small scale right now. But they're saying once it gets to a point where maybe it's a little more efficient and it might be a little more common, I think we might start seeing these in homes and buildings and businesses all around the world, which would be a really cool thing. Imagine if your windows could power your entire building. That would just
that's
be really
pretty
neat.
cool.
All right, time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. I have a link to that story in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.